Good evening. It's Thursday night, and welcome to the Deathmatch Russell podcast once again. And tonight we're going to have on the line from EHF Entertainment, the general manager, Adam Nielsen. And tune in right now, fans. Let's get right into it and talk to him. And talk wrestling. Thank you for listening. Get ready. Well, good evening, General Manager, Mr. Adam.
Hey, am I the 10th caller?
Yeah, you're the 10th caller. You got a free trip to Hawaii coming this week. We'll be sending a package.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Paid vacation.
Looking forward to that.
Paid vacation by Damian Saint. How's that?
Yeah, good. It's about time he was good for something.
Yeah. So how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm just excited just to talk to you, have some great wrestling talk, and go right to town. You know, let's just have a great night. It's Thursday night. You know, it's all good. You know.
Yep. Looking forward to it. Sounds like it'll be fun. What do you want to talk about?
Well, you know, how did you get involved with the EHF? Well, you're the one that, how did it all come about? How's that? How did EHF?
Well, with EHF,
Yes.
I actually got brought in to do commentary. I was doing podcasts myself, and
Right.
then I ended up doing commentary at some of the Worlds Collide shows at
Yeah.
Century Center,
Mhm.
and then I kind of floated around between different feds,
Yeah.
commentating for different shows.
Mhm.
EHF brought me in for commentary and had a good time, and we did a bunch of shows in Buchanan,
Yeah.
a series of shows.
Mhm.
And by the time it was done, I was hooked and was the team, and we just kind of kept going from there.
Yeah. That's
And
all-
here we are.
Yeah.
Over a year later.
Killing it. You know, and I'm proud of you guys for doing that. You know, you guys have.
Well, we're working hard.
Yeah.
It seems the fans appreciate it, so we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, and you got to drag me out there eventually. I'm going to make my way out that way. I'm going to make a trip just for that. How's that? Just
That sounds good.
You know.
It's always a good time.
I know. Yeah.
Usually playing down at the Century Center, where we'll be July 21st for EHF Presents Dissension.
Yes, Dissension.
Sheep
Yes,
Fun.
yes. That's supposed to be a good card. It's solidly stacked. You guys are ready for it. You know.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be a good show. We got a lot of fun stuff going down.
Yeah.
The Celtic Nightmare, the Indie Polls Rookie of the Year,
Mhm.
is going up against Dimwit Kelly for the EHF Championship, so
Yeah.
that should be fun.
Mhm.
The-
Actually, speaking
Mr.
of that guy, I think I'm going to have him on my podcast on Tuesday night.
Oh really?
Yes,
Which
the
one?
the
Nightmare
Celtic.
or Sedan?
The Nightmare.
Oh okay. Yeah, no, he's other than him getting in my face at the last show, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I cost him his U.S. title, so I kind of deserved it, but it is what it is. But no,
Yeah.
and then speaking of the U.S. title,
Yes.
Sedan's going to go one-on-one with the Gimmick Thief Theo Storm, so that should be fun.
Right.
We got all kinds of fun stuff going on.
I know you do. You do. It's the crazy time of the year. You know, July is like the big show of the year almost. You know, almost like kind of. But
Well, I'm hoping
Yeah.
people will come to our show and not go to the beach. I'm hoping for rain.
yeah. Mhm.
Summertime, it's a little hit and miss in the summertime,
Right.
as it's nice out, people are doing cookouts,
Yes.
but at the same time, we don't want to make our fans wait,
no.
so we're
Yeah.
still going to do our shows. So
Mhm. Yeah, no matter where it is, right? Wherever it is,
Right.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen.
But yeah, it's I've seen some stuff and I love what you guys do. You guys are great. Like I watch the videos every week, like check out content. Great stuff you're putting out, really. For a fan that's
Well, thank you.
You know what? For a fan who actually got caught your attention on the internet, I'm like, let me check these guys out. Really, you guys present a good promotion, for indie wrestling, and I like that kind of stuff. You got to have a good, clean fed, and there's nothing like that. You see a lot of it, you know what I mean, and you take it every, take what you can get, and you see on the East Coast we don't have like we get the tiny shows, but we don't have enough of them. We need more of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And and it's something different too. Like us personally, we're kind of like I haven't watched WWE since like September of last year.
Right.
I mean, I'll watch occasionally. There might be a match or something that I want to see.
Yes,
but
you're like me.
Yep,
that's like me. I just catch it on the internet. I'll read the news. I don't really sit there and watch it. But NXT, I read up on NXT a lot. That's we know a lot of talent comes out of there. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And for me, like NXT interests me more than WWE.
Yes.
And they're more hungry. It's more intense. It's just it's the future.
It is.
It's really cool to see, especially seeing people, some people locally, from here and making their way up through there, and then actually being on Raw and SmackDown, and anything's possible. So
I mean, I always see my referee / wrestler. He used to wrestle Bandito Jr. He goes by Eddie Orange. He's a referee. He's a local. He used to wrestle for Jersey All Pro Wrestling way back in the days. He's called Bandito Jr. He was a lucha.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I know. And then of course Drake Younger. We don't have Drake Younger, so It's just
so
great.
are you? What do you guys have out there as far as promotions in your neck of the woods?
We have my local one. It's called Jersey Premier Championship Wrestling. It's my friend from Pennsylvania runs it, but he comes down to the Jersey Shore. I'm trying to get you guys to come down. I'm trying to nail some hammers with him.
All right. Free tickets.
Huh? Free tickets.
Free tickets. We cover travel. You cover the tickets. How's that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, sit at my podcast booth. Sit at my
Everybody
podcast.
wants something for free.
Sit at my podcast booth. Sponsor, help me. That's
there you go.
Yeah, that's gonna be my.
Nice.
But yeah, we're doing a big show that night. Actually in November. That's like the first. But we have I know you see on the internet, GCW Game Changer Wrestling. That's like the that's the big company. CZW.
Cool.
Of course, but you have a lot of the independent shows. There's let's say there's Battle Club Pro. There's a lot of stuff in New York City and in the New Jersey, up north New Jersey area, northern New Jersey.
Gotcha.
But we have a lot. We have New Jersey's known for wrestling.
And Kevin Smith, does he go to wrestling or?
Kevin Smith,
Silent Bob, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. He's from Jersey, right?
Oh yeah, from Edison or someplace. I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You don't know him?
No, I don't really know. I don't follow them as much as I used to.
Darn it. I was hoping to book him, do a cross-promotional kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Get the comic book guys in. Yeah, I know they have their secret stash.
Oh, yeah.
They have their store, I know that, in Edison. I haven't gone there ever. I have to check that out. Just as random.
Yeah, I might add that to the itinerary. Come out and see some wrestling.
Yeah.
Silent Bob.
Yeah.
It could be a good times.
I know. Yeah, wrestling in New Jersey, but also, there's another promotion that we work. I love going to. It's called H2O Hardcore Hustle, run by the bulldozer Matt Tremont. Very
Gotcha.
Brand new, relaunched. Just relaunched it, so it's like he's got full set sale of it now. It's and actually they're going to be debuting in. They're going to be making their way to Rockstar Pro in July.
Oh, nice.
Yes, for a joint show versus them. So that's awesome. But
very cool.
Yeah, we have I want to say Standalone Wrestling is a good company also. They're out of Jersey, of course. Beyond Wrestling, that's killer shows no matter where they go. You know. What do we do? We just have a lot. The Monster Factory. You know, they run shows at the Monster Factory, and I can't think of the company. Magic Pro. There's a company called Magic Pro. You know, just some odd little companies. You know, there's a lot of good companies. We got Warriors of Wrestling. Warriors of Wrestling. It's not the other one. You know, Warriors for Wrestling. Yeah, no, but yeah, there's a lot of local stuff. You know.
Very cool.
You know.
Yeah, we're there's a local scene around here. We got you know, we definitely have some dedicated fans.
Yeah.
And you know, we're looking to do more shows next year. Gonna try to move around a little bit.
Right.
We like working at Century Center, but also too, I think it's good to do some of the smaller venues and just, you know, to move things around. Niles area, maybe even Edwardsburg. You know, take the show up to the village. Yeah, but
I like the and then, you know, like VFW halls are great. You know what I mean? VFW halls are always the best. You know, those are always a good because they get good support.
We might take hardcore championship wrestling to those.
Yeah,
that's our more hardcore fed. I mean, EHF, extreme hardcore fighting. Hardcore is our middle name, but we also like we do rated R shows, but we also try to keep it family friendly.
Yes, and you know what? And I'm so proud of one of the guys who actually, you know, Adam Bueller said on the microphone at his benefit, we want to bring some ultra violence to, you know, your.
Oh yeah. When he gets better, he wants to do the death match.
Yes.
So
that'd be awesome. That really. Maybe, who knows?
Oh,
maybe,
and it was.
Who knows? Maybe I'd come out just for that too. You know? Jeez.
Sounds good to me.
You know?
And it was a fun show.
I know.
He had a good time, and I think everybody that worked that show, you know, they were very happy to be there.
We're so blessed for him. You know, we're so blessed for him. He's a great person all around. You know?
Oh yeah. Had a good time, and he got to do some refereeing in the main event, and had a nice little spot there at the end. And I mean, who doesn't want to kick Robbie Keto in the face?
No.
You know?
Yeah.
You had him on the other day. Is he on your list of people to kick in the face?
I don't know. Yeah, probably I would.
No.
Nah.
It was he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm just screwing around.
Don't
mind me.
I know. But yeah, so because I'm not adopted either, so. Anyway.
That's Damien Saint's thing.
I know.
All the kids are adopted. Did he tell you were adopted? I didn't get to listen to all of the podcasts. I listened to the beginning.
Yeah.
Where he sang "Let It Go" from Frozen.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute.
Yes. Yeah. When I did my video with him at the Freelance Underground, we did that. We said you're adopted. You know.
Nice.
When we did. That was cool. That was a really cool time. That was like my Game Changer Wrestling. You know, GCW did a show versus Freelance Wrestling. It was really cool. We did it at that brewery before they closed down.
Oh, really?
Before they just closed down to something else now, you know? And it's kind of weird, huh? Wild how that happened, but hey, you know?
You never know.
I know.
You never know what's going to happen. You know somebody else that's adopted, Ric Flair. Did you know that?
Yeah. Ric Flair's adopted.
I read his book, and you got to think, man, you know, that his birth parents are going to be kicking themselves in the ass right now.
I'm sure. Man,
I'm terrible.
I know. But, what do you, man? Big shout out to big shout out. We we lost another great one. You know,
so that Vader
died.
Passed on, and
jeez,
man. Dude, he was one of the best big men in the business.
I know. Really nice.
It's unfortunate.
Real nice on the side too. You know.
Oh, absolutely. I remember watching. I think the Table for Three that he was on. And you know, I've seen him throughout his career.
Oh yeah.
To actually see that and have him in a sit down scenario where they were just telling stories and going over life and you know, that's the cool thing about the wrestling business is you never know like who you're going to meet, what you're going to do, what you're going to see.
Yeah.
And even at an independent show,
I know.
Every once in a while, all of a sudden, boom, something that you've never seen before, never been done before.
No.
And you know, that's the magic of it is that you can be so creative with what you do that there's really unlimited.
Yep. Yeah.
Unless your name is Roman Reigns, and then it's just one thing after the other.
I know. He's related to so many
guy, man.
So many people he's related to anyway. Just think about it.
Yeah.
I
mean, I respect what he can do.
I know. He's a powerful dude. He's a powerful guy.
Absolutely. It's just you get tired of seeing the same stuff, and that's part of why I haven't watched.
Yes.
Like him,
yes.
John Cena.
Yes.
And it's boring. It's old, and it's like I'm over here working on our stuff.
Yes.
And working on our shows, and to where it's like today I canceled my WWE subscription.
No, did you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Really.
I may turn it back on later, but
yeah.
I just don't care.
No.
No. There's so many people. Like there are people on the roster that I care about. Don't get me wrong.
I know.
People that I respect and I love what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Huge AJ Styles fan. Huge Nakamura
you know what?
fan.
AJ's been. I've seen AJ's young career. It's amazing. Ring of Honor days, and and local independent days. We had a federation that ran in our hometown. Next town over, it was called Phoenix Championship Wrestling, and actually it was run by ECW's brother Nova. His brother ran it.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
It was a real promotion that brought in Eddie Guerrero to the Wall from WCW, and Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, SAT. These names that you would see. All Amazing Red, really young,
So who's the biggest name that you've had on your show? Out of curiosity.
Who's the biggest name?
Yeah,
biggest
other than Damian Saint. Sorry, I'm gonna rip on him like.
I know. Well, let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see. I have the general manager right now. So how's that?
There you go. That's the guy to talk to anyway. So.
Absolutely. No, I've had it's hard to get the big names are hard to. Some of the big ones are hard to. You know what I mean? I did check.
I'm just curious. I saw mostly local guys. And
absolutely.
I'm just curious.
And out west, Midwest, I get a lot of the IWA guys, and I like to spread it around, and.
Oh, you got to. Variety is the spice of life.
I've had Legends of Deathmatch Wrestling, and that's pretty cool to get, Insane Lane and Madman Pondo, people who've been in the business for a long time,
Sweet.
Homeless Jimmy from XPW, he stayed on my couch, hey.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So he wasn't homeless at B&B.
Yes, him and the Rejects, yes, him and the Rejects, cool. John Wayne Murdoch, and then Mexicans. I had DDTU promotion, the Mexican luchadors, Ciclope and Extremo at my house.
Sweet, very cool.
But I play host. I play host once in a while.
That's good.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with company as long as they leave eventually.
They do. Yeah, hey, you know what? They're just there for the night, and you catch up, and you hear the stories.
Oh, yeah.
So many stories you hear. It's so cool. Just hanging out,
sure.
And they don't see a pool or something. Like the Rejects were jumping in my pool. Come on, they've never been to the Jersey Shore. Actually, it was scary because they came down and right on the news, I was reading something on the news, or I heard there was a bomb scare at the local boardwalk.
Oh wow!
I know. It's you guys better not go to the boardwalk. Go somewhere else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you get a lot of threats out there, or is it just another day in Jersey?
Just another day in Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I can understand that.
No. I actually, where I live is, I'm actually the shore point. I'm really based in the middle of. I'm lucky. I'm sure you heard about Sandy, right? The big Hurricane Sandy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 15 minutes from the beaches. My town.
Wow.
Yeah. From Point Pleasant and Seaside, and Brick Beach. They got washed, destroyed. I work down by the beaches a lot too, when I'm on my garbage routes. But yeah. It's crazy. It's still rebuilding, but it's the boardwalks are open. People still go on the boardwalk.
There you go.
You know.
So have you seen any of the Jersey Shore people, like Snooki, in your neighborhood, or?
I've seen. I don't think I've.
She was at WrestleMania, so I can bring her up. So
Yeah, well, I've never seen her in public. How's that? I would never want it. I don't care. I don't care.
That's all right.
I don't care for them. You know, I don't care for that.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
I know a local. I think the only local person that really I know is Robbie E. He's a local from my area. You know.
Yeah, we had him on our show last September. Actually,
yeah.
He went against Sadan in the main event for the EHF.
He's a great guy. He's wrestled. He's always around. You know.
Oh yeah, awesome dude, but he lost. Our champion won. So,
yeah.
But no, he was just a really cool dude. In the locker room, got to meet him, and you know, nice guy, great worker, very respectful, and you know, and yeah, no, we'll have to come out there sometime. You know, I think the furthest east I've been is Pennsylvania.
Right.
Lancaster, Hershey, in that area. Yeah. I mean, I've been down to Florida, but like as far as like East Coast or New England area, Pennsylvania's the furthest I've made it.
Yeah, New Jersey, Atlantic City. You know, Atlantic City casinos. You know, they're the big. You know, those.
They're doing they doing better than they were.
They dropped
years back.
Yeah, they lost a lot of the. Yeah, I know they were like losing jobs left and right there at the casinos. But now they're doing okay now. They're actually launching this week, the 28th, the Tropicana and the Hard Rock. Actually, Hard Rock is going to be opening up a casino, the Hard Rock Casino. Oh. That's badass.
Sweet.
That is badass. Yeah. You know.
Let's see if we can get a wrestling ring in there.
Yeah, right. Or at the convention center. Yeah, bring it to the convention center. Bring it to the convention hall convention hall when I was a kid. I saw WrestleMania 5. You know.
Oh, very cool. No, that's where it was. Yeah.
Yes.
Was it 4 and 5 in the same building?
Yes.
Was it 5 and 6?
5 and 6. 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Okay. Yeah, because I remember those, and there was a big spectacle.
Yeah.
You know, it was more amped up than the other manias.
Because I always tell the story. Me and my dad, you know, as a kid, you know, we got tickets for WrestleMania. I had my orange Mega Powers sign. Mega Powers Explode, sitting up in the nosebleed seats. We had the nosebleeds, 5 rows away from Jesse the Body and Gorilla Monsoon doing the commentary.
Oh wow!
Like that's like and hearing the thump of the ring from way down below, like you know, way up there is so cool. Like with the echo of the microphone, you know, it was great.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
and Miss Monsoon and
I know, man.
Ventura, he was great. Bobby the Brain Heenan,
I know,
probably my favorite commentator.
Yeah,
and manager. He was so good at what he did, you know, and he was just so quick-witted that they could have him doing some of the dumbest stuff and he would still make it good.
Yeah.
You know, I remember, what was the show that they did? It was late night, like the talk show set up with him and Monsoon. What the heck was the name of it? Either way.
Yeah.
And they had Jameson on there. Do you remember Jameson? He was like his dorky lackey with the broken glasses.
Yes. Yes.
There's somebody for him to rip on left and right. And I remember an episode, I can't remember how old I was. I think I was less than 10.
Yeah.
And they had this belly dancer on. Right. She was doing her belly dancer thing with the veils. And the introducer said her name was Karima. And Bobby Heenan goes, Karima Wheat?
Yes, I remember that. Oh my God.
It was so stupid, but I lost it. Like it made me laugh to the point of pain. It hurt me because it was my father ate cream of wheat, and
I think we all had that as a kid. Yeah, we tried it. We got nailed into that. So what was your first event ever? Like as a fan, you know, going as a fan?
Oh, as a fan, that would have been at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
At the Joyce Center, the ACC, and this was around the time of the Ultimate Warrior, the Bushwhackers, Rick Rude.
Yeah.
We were in the 12th row, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget because they announced that the Ultimate Warrior was having travel issues that he may not make the event. And they announced that at the beginning of the show. And me as a little kid going, oh no, Warrior's not going to be here, you know. And after that, obviously he was there by the main event, and I was like, oh, they tricked me, those bastards. You know? It's like, so that way you're thinking he might not be there when he shows up. Oh boy, the big pop from the crowd, and you know, the psychology behind that. And that's part of the fun, man, with people's heads. But I'll never forget, because Rick Rude came into the ring, and he like propped up on the top rope and looked out towards
the crowd,
our side of the ring. And I'm standing on my chair, and my dad's on the floor standing next to me, and he can't see me, and I flip off Rick Rude. And
shit.
I'm like 11, 12 years old, you know, and I'm close enough to where he can see me. You know, I can see him, he can see me. And like he tensed up on the rope like he was about to come out and do something. And I was just like, oh crap, he might be able to whoop Dad's ass. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You know? But
no, that's awesome.
It was fun, and you know, like I said, what I love about wrestling is like anybody can enjoy it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The brokest man to the richest man, they can all come in, watch people get beat up, tell jokes, have a good time.
You know what? It's like me. It's like me, man. My dad and I grew up. You know, my town was popular back in like the '80s, man. Like the mid '70s and '80s, '90s. You know, wrestling was popular. Actually, NWF wrestling came to my town with Bruiser Brody and Bobby Eaton. You know, the Fantastics. Like I got to see Bruiser inside a steel cage versus Chief Jay Strongbow. You know.
Right, nice.
I mean, like, that's like nostalgia, you know? And then I never knew it. My friends went to high school. I guess, you know, a couple of my friends from school, they actually went to the middle school, and WWF used to do high shows there. I never knew that, you know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they saw the Giant. I wish I did, you know, but I never did.
Yeah, we went, I said a couple shows at the ACC, and then DX came around. I guess the priests at Notre Dame didn't like the suck it thing. And it was basically you have to stop doing that or you can't come back. And they came back a few more times and then they were done.
But then also, I was lucky. I was also lucky because there was a $5 wrestling local local gym, Iron Mike Sharp Wrestling School, was right down the street.
Oh, nice.
And I would see Classy Freddie Blassie, Nova, X-Pac as the 1, 2, 3 Kid. And like people just coming in and out, watch a little show, and you know.
Love Freddie Blassie.
I know.
Neck geek, you know.
Yes, I know.
And he got stabbed by fans.
Yes.
Acid thrown on him, you know, all this stuff, and like it. I was thinking about different things, and now that I'm a bad guy, I'm playing the heel now, and we had a cage match,
right?
And some of Dimwit's fans came down, and like I had a table brought out.
Right.
I sat right up against the cage. Just talking trash, watching the fight, you know.
Right.
And they threw, he's the king of meme, and so he had all these memes printed up, and then they come down, throw the memes on me while I'm not looking.
Right.
And then after the match is over, I'm sitting there, you know, brokenhearted because my champion just lost to the, you know, Dimwit Princess Vespa Kelly.
Right.
And then boom, all of a sudden, dude, I took a shot to the back. And I was like, whoa, that better have been a kid, you know. And then I watched the video, like, little kids attacked me. Like, I got punched in the spine by a little kid. And one of our fans, one of our regular, you know, more dedicated fans, I slammed the cage door into Kelly's stupid face. And she got up, like, she tried to attack me. Like, I got behind the table, and she's pushing the table up against me, up against the cage. Security's laughing at me. I'm like, what are we paying you for? You know? But no, it's that thing where, like, you know, when people actually assault you, you know that you're doing your job right.
Yes. Yeah, I get picked out of the crowd too sometimes at CZW. You know, I'll heckle the wrestlers really to the point where I get, you know, it's great sometimes. You just the moments, you know. Slap a wrestler and get chopped, you know. I gave that guy. There's that. I actually, 1 year there was the wrestler MJF, you know, Maxwell J. Feinstein or whatever whatever he calls himself. But anyway, like there's a big, the toilet paper was a big thing in CZW for quite a while. You know, we'd throw toilet paper in the ring, launch it back and forth.
Yeah.
I launched it at him, you know. It was just, but then I finally got my revenge on him by, Ricky Shane Page brought him over to me, and I gave him a nice slap on the chest, you know.
There you go.
But then on Twitter, he finally blocked me.
Oh, really? After he shot you?
No. I had him set up. I had him set up for the toilet paper or something else. Because he was talking about he was at his parents' house, and I said, I have the tweets. I should show you this. This is funny. He was sitting, he's at home at his parents' house. I was like, yeah, I just took a shit in your house, you know. And then he deleted me. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So who cares?
Hey, since you brought up the bathroom, I got to use Jake the Snake Roberts' bathroom at the Hilton in South Bend.
Yeah,
that was fun. Took a selfie from Jake's suite.
Yeah,
very nice.
Nice. I had a wrestler friend, from Game Changer Wrestling, actually jump off the top of the cake, the Porter John. while he's in there, Jake's in there. Oh my God!
Oh, wow.
There's a video. I'll find that for you. I'll pull that. That's great stuff. Like that's funny, Actually, that's the year that I think Scott Hall got in trouble. He got in trouble for drinking at his show. He got kicked out.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
I guess he's been cleaning himself up and behaving himself.
I guess. I don't know. We'll see where he is.
We'll see. Yeah.
But
I know. Jake's been without alcohol for like 6 years. I think.
Look at him. He's got a camp now. He's got a school. I'm glad for what he's doing now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's touring with Hacksaw, doing comedy.
Good old Hacksaw.
And we had him. We had him at our show last November, and then the next night we did the stand-up comedy show. So it was like Friday night was a T-shirt and autograph signing in Chicago. Then Saturday was our show in South Bend, and then Sunday he did the stand-up deal over in Mishawaka.
Yeah,
and so it was like a 3-day weekend with Jake the Snake Roberts.
That's
badass. By the time it was done, I was like, man, I need a nap. Dude.
I know. It's like going to a convention. You get there for all night long, and you're like, oh, there's so much to do.
Oh yeah,
so many people to see, and and then when they do wrestling shows, too, it's like
for sure. And like our shows are not a joke. Like we're there like 13 hours. We get there, do the setup, get everything ready, go over stuff, meetings, et cetera.
Yeah.
Do the show, tear it down.
I know.
And like get there by 11 or noon. And then get home at like 1 or 2.
Yeah. I know how it is. I know how it is for you guys. Everybody said I've helped set chairs up once in a while. I do that, but I even run weapons to the ring. Come on, I know how to do that. I'm pretty.
Yay, wrestling. Yay wrestling.
Yay wrestling and sick builder and the sick builder as well.
Well, and the Bendix Theater it's a great place to do a show, but it's set up like an amphitheater.
Yeah. So
that means every time I need to go up and like talk to the ticket table or go to the merch table or like the overhead lights you have to adjust from the top of it at the balcony. So I get my Stairmaster on every show, and I need to wear like a pedometer for the next time that we're there, so I can see like how many miles did I walk or run.
Yeah, keep in shape.
I'm not complaining though.
Gotta keep in shape
for me.
Keep in shape, like me. I gotta keep in shape and stop smoking. I gotta stop smoking. That's my.
I talk too much shit about badass people, so I gotta be able to run.
Yeah, hell, I've climbed mountains, man. I've climbed the Rockies. I've climbed the mount. I've climbed 14,000 feet in the Spanish Peaks.
Wow!
I could.
I was gonna say, what mountains are in Jersey?
High Point, New Jersey. Highest point in New Jersey. That's a fun place that's a cool place. It really is.
I learned something today.
Yeah, High Point, New Jersey. Highest point in New Jersey, because you actually can see over New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, all around. It's pretty cool.
Wow!
I know.
Very cool.
There's some cool.
We'll have to add that to the tour.
Yes.
Wrestling, mountain climbing.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith.
Yes. Drag David to a show in at EHF Arena,
Yep, there you go.
But yeah, there's so much, man. I'd love for you guys to come.
Absolutely.
I was like telling Damien, come on, man. I'm trying to work with my friend from, the Jersey promotion, but he's being a little bit stubborn. He's like, no bookings right now. No bookings right now. But I said next summer. There's always time. We got time,
Well, the way to get around that is
you
start your own promotion.
Okay.
And then they can't unbook you.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm an undercover booker sometimes. I do actually scout talent. I help them.
You gotta. I
know.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And that's another thing too. I mean, there's so much new talent out there, and all the people that are trying to get a Ring of Honor, NXT, that are trying to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Compared to what it used to be, because we originally. I was originally promoting back in 05, 06, and then we did it for a few years, made zero money, none. And it's like, okay, how long am I going to keep paying to get my ass beat? And but don't get me wrong, I mean, it was some of the best times of my life. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of pain and crap with it, but it was
yes, we know how. I know how the business goes. I've learned over the years, what it's like, I've learned the
adrenaline is great. It's like do the spot today, feel it tomorrow, and but no, and then like I said, back then, I was Attitude Era was kind of on its way out a little bit. Like they were starting to move towards the PG, and we stopped for a little while, and then got back into it with EHF, and that was like I said a couple years ago doing the commentary, and then April 1st. Of last year was my first official day with EHF. Yeah. And it's fun, man, and it's been a good time, and got to meet a lot of new people, and running into a lot of the guys that I used to work with. Yeah. Is cool too. It's like, 10 years later, and you're still doing it. Sweet.
It's like when I went to the Game Changer freelance wrestling show with Damien. I just said, come on out, hang out, and Alex, Alexander. It was great. They had a fun time, Drank a lot of beers. It was good,
Yeah.
So it was all right.
Hanging out with those two, yeah. You probably have to. I understand.
No, but it was great,
No, I got to rip on them. It's part of my job.
Yes. Keep on ripping. But no, it's you guys have some great guys, and I like who you guys have, and I'm actually gonna have. I guess he's Theo. His name goes by Theo. I don't know.
Theodore.
Yes, I'm gonna have him.
Theo Storm.
Yes.
Yeah, have fun with that one. No, that should be a good interview. He's we've had our issues. We had a little back and forth, and then we dealt with it. And he got a spear. Then the next show, I got a cutter, and then the next show, we're going to see what's in store for Theodore. But
there's so much going on.
But no, he's got a lot of talent. Don't let him know I said that.
No.
But a lot of potential.
I'm going to keep on getting your guys. Keep on bringing them. I want them all.
Hey, go for it.
I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate it.
Any press is good press.
Actually, and you know what? This is why I do it for free. I'm not charging. I'm not. I love promoting the hell out of wrestling. That's the way to do it. Don't have to.
Right.
Why did I get myself? That's why I got myself in podcasting. Let me do this myself. I mean, deathmatch wrestling is a great hop. I love the sport of deathmatch wrestling and professional wrestling, indie wrestling. Come on, like I'm the only company on the East Coast that really has a company that podcast that runs both worlds.
Yep. And actually, I started. We were doing podcasts. It's funny to be getting interviewed on one when the re-entry into the wrestling world started with podcasts. We were doing my stand-up comedy friend, comedian Colton Cole. Check him out on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that happy stuff. Yeah. But no, he's been in comedy for like 8 or 9 years now. At the time when we started, he'd been in like 7 years. And it's like, dude, let's do it. Let's do an internet radio show. Let's do a podcast. It's like, all right. So we started interviewing comedians. Yeah. And then, boom, next thing we know, we're talking to wrestlers. We're doing commentary at the wrestling shows. Yeah. And then, you start to miss the days of of putting on your own shows.
Yeah.
And then you start doing it, and you realize why you stopped.
Yeah.
It's one of the most stressful jobs in the world, but it's also one of the most rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you, like, one, for me personally, giving people that opportunity or letting somebody have their first matches on your show,
mm-hmm.
that's something that they're going to remember the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And you're helping people live their dreams.
And actually, this is cool because, you know why? Like, a couple days ago, I had a podcast with the deathmatch. He's going to be making his first debut in a deathmatch wrestling ring. You know, he was the Phoenix Kid out of Texas or Alaska,
mm-hmm.
and he called out. There's a guy called Casanova Valentine, the hipster heartthrob of Brooklyn, New York. He runs he runs a no ring deathmatch in a bar, like 2 matches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
how do they do that? You just show up and let them go?
Let them go. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, that saves on ring rental.
Yeah, but he's thinking about doing a whole full size, with the bar, because that'd be great. It's hard though. It's a Wednesday night show. Like they only do 2 shows, like 2 matches. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there'd be like a Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
Put on a short.
But anyway,
show
he actually called him out, challenging him, and it got out there it's on YouTube already. It's on the friggin' internet. I'm glad. I'll have to show. That's pretty cool. Like he heard about it on my podcast. Casanova, I've had him on my show too. I saw him at Tournament of Death, CZW's Tournament of Death.
Cool.
But no, it's cool to see. And actually, he's going to be wrestling in Virginia. Like I said, at a deathmatch show. He's going to be facing actually one of the youngest. Like he's been in the business so long, Drew Blood. He's Drew Blood is the tag team with Notorious.
That's a nice name for a deathmatch wrestler, Drew Blood.
Drew Blood and Devin Moore.
I see what he did there. See what he did there.
Yeah.
I said I see what he did there. That's clever.
Yeah.
I like it.
But
for me too, wrestling is it's interactive
mm-hmm.
entertainment.
Absolutely.
Like stand-up comedy is fun,
mm-hmm.
and I've done my share of that. I'm no great comic. I'm funny at times, but like it's a more situational funny, a more reactionary funny than planned out. Just go up there and just talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an art form. It's a skill
mm-hmm.
that a lot of people think is just you just go up there and tell jokes. But no, you have to plan it out, and it parallels wrestling
mm-hmm.
too, to where you're understanding psychology of the crowd.
Yeah.
From that standpoint, same as from a wrestling standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But one big difference between comedy and wrestling, if things go wrong in wrestling, you can just start throwing punches or put somebody in a headlock. If your comedy, if things go wrong at comedy club, you can't really do that.
And I just saw a couple days ago, I just on randomness, old school wrestling coming back, or the Glow Wrestling going to be on Netflix now. Season 2.
Oh, really?
Season 2 is out or something. I have to check that out. That's
sweet.
That's old school. You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
But
So I saw it. I saw that they had the season 1 on there. I didn't know that.
I have to check that out. I have to check it out. It's something that would be
very cool.
It's something old school, That's pretty retro.
Yep.
Retro, on this Saturday, my friend's actually he runs a network. It's called the PodCast City Network, and he's out of Florida, and I have another guy named from the Wrestle Popcast, Robbie Nelson, and we're going to be actually Saturday we're debuting a new Facebook Live show. It's called the Deleted Wrestling Podcast, and it's going to be all retro matches and stuff. We're going to be discussing a lot of old school stuff. Have guests on too. So if you feel free to call in,
Oh, all right, sweet.
It's just random questions. We're going to be actually talking about Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat. The best. We're going to talk about
classics.
Yes, and we're going to then we're going to do a.
Oh, dude, they would go. And another one that surprised me from back then was, watching Dusty Rhodes and Flair go for as long as they went.
Yeah.
I'm going, Dusty's a big boy, and he's doing Iron Man matches.
I know.
All right.
I know. It's not just a bull rope, it's Iron Man fists too, come on.
Oh, dude, I used to love it. His promos were so great. He's like, my belly may be a little big, but I'm bad. They know I'm bad.
I mean, I still have an original picture of the garbage truck from WWF, magazine. Like as a kid signing up for the WWF, magazine. I think I still have that picture somewhere.
Are they ever bringing back the ice cream bars?
I would love them to, man.
They were so good.
They were so good.
They'd break apart, they'd start melting and they'd start falling apart pretty quickly, but when they're fresh out, dude,
I would always be like, I'd always want the Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior and just eat it and run around and be, I am the Ultimate Warrior,
Did Brooklyn Brawl get an ice cream bar? I don't think he had.
I know, Macho Man did, because it was always that good deal, dig it.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
Yeah.
Macho Man.
Yeah.
Him, his promos were great. Another one, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yes.
His promos, his psychology.
I know.
Was awesome.
You know what?
And that was
actually, when CM Punk did the one promo for Ring of Honor before he left for. I was there for the night that he faced. It was Austin Aries for the title, and before he was signing for WWE, he did the Jake Snake promo about Jake, the Snake, and I think he got that from the Snake, Jake the Snake. You know what I mean? It was like catchy,
Yep. Yeah, he was good on the mic. I enjoyed his promos.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's.
I don't know what his deal's now.
Staying in the UFC or.
I don't know, but my friend just told me it could happen. We might see him on that All In commentary team with Paul Heyman.
Oh, really?
That's a good. That could be interesting.
Oh, absolutely. He's got a mind.
Because Chicago is his home base. Is his home.
Right.
Oh
yeah, if they get him. They'll sell some tickets.
If not, they'll get Cody Cabana.
There you go.
Good old Coke.
Another podcaster.
He kills it every week. I mean, come on, kills it every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Wow, this is really fun. I really had a good night with you.
Well, appreciate it. Thank you. I try.
You know what? You're welcome. My studio's always open. Come back.
Okay. We're gonna have stuff to promote and plug. We're not going anywhere.
All right.
We've been we went from 180 fans to 400 fans over the course of 2 years.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have our hills and valleys and stuff, but we've got our core following that we know. We've never had less than 100 at a show.
Right.
And we know that we have that many people that just love us, and we're going to keep doing this. And yeah, man, there may be changes. There's
some wrestlers that I would love to bring for you guys to have. There's some good little people. I could mention I could do it off camera. Off the mic. I could recommend.
Oh, that's cool. And we're always looking for new talent.
I know, young kids.
Trying to.
Actually, there's this guy. His name's Jimmy Lyon. He actually faced. Adam Bueller came one year to our local town. He came.
Yeah.
The fans loved Adam, and it was just he won a hardcore match. I have to send that promo to you. It was really cool, but video really full match. It was great.
One of my favorite Bueller moments. We were doing a show in Kokomo, HCW, Hardcore Championship Wrestling.
Right.
And it was like a little wedding reception hall. It was kind of small and old and kind of shitty, but it fit.
Yeah.
And so we're doing it's the main event. I think it's like 5-man elimination for the title.
Yeah.
And we're going, and next thing I know, Bueller. And now people have been hit with signs and kendo sticks and all kinds of fun stuff, chairs. And then here's Bueller got the bag of trash out of the trash can, and he's swinging and he's hitting people, with the trash bag.
Right.
And then it breaks.
Yeah.
And he swings again, and I see this chunk of mung flying towards the front row.
Right.
And I'm going, oh, dude, we're getting sued. No, not garbage on the fans.
Yes.
Not garbage on the fans.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. And
It's like that's like a necro butcher moment, you know?
Yeah, but I was expecting somebody to get shitty. I was expecting somebody to get pissed off, wanting to fight.
Yeah.
Dude, we threw hot garbage on them, and they didn't care.
No.
And I was like, that's a good main event.
Yeah, that's like an old ECW brawl. Come on, you know.
Right. Like if you got hit with garbage, you may even mad about it. Then you know you were at a good show.
You know how many they still do that? They still do it. You know what I mean? You see it once in a while. It's great. You know,
fun stuff. I mean, we saw Brock Lesnar throw a car door into the crowd, and it's like, I don't have Vince's insurance.
No, I've seen a guy jump off a roof. You know, really.
Yeah.
You know, made virtual. You know, that's Game Changer Wrestling again. They made history. You know, all over the world.
People do crazy stuff.
They do,
but it's fun, and that's what makes wrestling great. Is you never know what you're going to see.
Yep.
You never know what's going to happen. I mean, some people are predictable, and that's why I canceled my subscription.
Yes.
But other people, you know, you go to these shows and boom, you never know. Somebody new is going to come out. Somebody's going to do a run-in. Who's that guy?
Yeah.
You know, you have no idea what's going to happen. Like the second show in Buchanan, I came out, I wrestled the Invisible Man. And,
man, I know a friend of mine that's done a wrestler that's done that a lot of times, man.
and I put him over. You know, he tapped me out. I had him in the figure 4.
Yeah, he actually came out. He actually came out WrestleMania weekend one year. Actually, 2 times he had for WrestleMania weekend at the, in New Orleans and Orlando for game. Huh?
The Invisible Man or your friend?
Yes. The Invisible Man made an appearance at 2 shows because Game Changer was doing the. You know, they actually were the only companies running 2 shows at. You know, one regular show and then a night show, you know, like 2 shows.
Like, that dude's like Santa Claus. He can be everywhere. You know?
Yeah, it's great. You know, even a fan of him is like slap him once in a while.
Sweet.
You know, but he doesn't talk to me. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah, terrible promos.
Yes. But hey, man, let's do this again, and feel free to plug away. Now.
Sure. No, thanks for having me on. And like I said, July 21st, South Bend, Indiana, Century Center, Bendix Theater, EHFentertainment.com. The show is called Dissension. Main event, D.W. Kelly versus the Celtic Nightmare. Right. The franchise Sedan. That's for the EHF title. Then Sedan versus Steel for the U.S. title. Yeah. The Saints are defending their tag titles in a triple threat Extreme Rules match with Deadly Alliance and TMS. Yeah,
I've heard about that. I've heard about that feud, man. It's crazy.
It's all that and more. Yeah. Don't miss it. But no, man, appreciate it.
And make sure your fans check out you guys have t-shirts, you know, merchandise. Come on.
Oh, and they're popping up everywhere too. Like we've got we got people that are wearing our t-shirts to other promotions and just.
You know what? That's what I want. So I would like to. I'm gonna do a swap with you. How's that? I would like a hat.
Hey, sounds good.
I'll give you a shirt. We'll talk later about that. Yeah.
All right, that works.
You know, we'll do. All right. Hey, any last words?
No, that'd be excellent to each other. You know,
yes.
The words of Bill and Ted. So, thanks for having me on.
Bodacious.
I'll drop.
Right?
You know it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. You have a good night.
You too. Thank you for being on.
Right,
bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
That was my guest of the night, General Manager of EHF Entertainment Wrestling, Adam Nielsen, and what a great guy, man. He's got a lot going on for the business of wrestling. Fans, check him out. Check out EHF Entertainment. They got a lot in store. July, like you said, Dissensions. Oh, just fans, check it out. Go out to a show, say hello to all these guys. Great bunch of people, wrestling wise. Support the product. Indie wrestling. We know where it is today, and keep on going. And much more. Come on. Sorry about that, fans, but I was just checking something else. I was reading the news, and actually, yes. So support the product. EHF Entertainment. Check them out on Facebook and on Twitter. EHF Extreme on Twitter, and much more. Check out their events. And tomorrow night, fans, tune in. I'm going to be on the Second Round podcast. No, I'm not going to be on the Second Round podcast. My guest of the Deathmatch Russell podcast, the second round podcast, the Florida edition. I'm going to have the owner, the co-host, the owner, Tommy James on, and we're going to talk about wrestling and much more. And on Monday, stay tuned. The Gymnasty Boys are coming to town. They're coming to town for CZW in Asbury Park, New Jersey, June 29th in Asbury Park, New Jersey. This Saturday, fans, like I said earlier, like I said to him, Adam, on my podcast just before, stay tuned on Saturday night for the brand new podcast being released, the Deleted Wrestling Podcast. The Deleted Wrestling Podcast. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking retro wrestling and much more. So check that out. It's a Facebook Live interaction. So it's going to be cool. Check it out, fans. With your hosts, Everett Lee, Deathmatch Russell Podcast, and Robbie Nelson of Wrestle Popcast. And check out Podcast City Network for all your independent and other podcasts around the world. Independent wrestling to comedy to movies and a lot more. Check that out. Check it out. Podcast City Network. On Facebook at Podcast City Network. The Everett Lee Show. Check that out. The Everett Lee Show. Starring Everett Lee. And much more. You can check that all on Facebook at theeverettlee.com. No, not on .com. I mean on Facebook. Everett Lee Show. Check them out. Podcast City on Facebook. Podcast City on Twitter. And much more. And as always, Deathmatch Russell Podcast on social media. Find me at David C. Russell. And on Twitter at DJDaveNJ32. And on my website, deathmatchrussellpodcast.com. For all your latest past interviews, events, highlight reels, much more. Merchandise, t-shirts. Buy a t-shirt, support the Deathmatch Russell Podcast, get it to be where it needs to be, launch to the high end of the building, and hit me on Facebook or a message or by phone. Come out to a show, say hello, and for $20 you can have a Deathmatch Russell Podcast t-shirt. Thank you, fans, for listening, and have a great night. And tune in tomorrow night. Smash.